Hey, CJ here. I'm just sitting here. I'm actually kind of thinking about my last few rounds. I've been scoring pretty well. My last 3 rounds I've shot 67, 76, 70. And it's funny, when I shot the 67, it was actually pretty easy. I know that's kind of seems hard to say, but I hit the ball well off the tee. And it wasn't like I did anything special. I hit one good iron shot. I hit a 4-iron in close on a par 3. It was really windy that day. Other than that, I just took advantage of the couple par 5s that were downhill, or I'm sorry, downwind, and hit some wedges in close and some short holes. So when it's windy, it's tough to score, but I was fortunate because I hit a lot of greens, and I didn't really shoot at a lot of pins unless I had, the pin was in the middle of the green or anything like that. So that's something you have to understand, is that it's really, when it's windy, it's all about hitting greens and really trying to minimize your mistakes. Don't try to don't miss the green on the short side where it's downwind or anything like that. That makes it very difficult to score. The 76, I want to talk to you about that, because about halfway through it, I started off birdie, and it was a weird course. It was kind of tricked up. It's like you need to hit 3 wood off the tee, and then on a par 4, then you have to hit 3 wood in or something like that. It was really kind of a tricky course, but there was some short holes that were drivable, and I started off, I went birdie, double bogey, bogey, and then there was a short par 5. There was a par 3 and then a par 5, and I knew there was water through the fairway, and there was just this dry creek bed. I haven't played the course in 10 years, and there was water in it, but I thought it was dry, so me and another good player kind of took it left, and we ended up hitting it into the creek. Well, from where I was, I dropped and I hit 8-iron onto the par 5, so I made par. But I'm standing on the next tee, and I'm sitting here going, and one of my playing partners is with me. I'm like, this guy's course management is better than mine, and that is not good. So what I did is I just had to have a little chat with myself, and I went back. So the next hole, I hit 3 wood off the tee, and then just played well from there on in. I think I had a 3-putt bogey, and then it birdied the last hole to shoot 76. So it was really a lot of good holes, and then a couple of bad, stupid holes where, I was just not hitting the right shot. And, and I go through those situations, but I had to have a little chat with myself and kind of get myself back going. So I hope with you guys, and that's something that I learned as well, is that we're not going to play perfect golf. We're not going to play flawless golf. But here I went through, and again, this was another windy day. It was really windy, actually, but it was a situation where things weren't going the way they needed to go. I needed to take a little time out, have a little chat with myself, get refocused, and that's how you need to do it. So I hope you guys are able to realize what your self-talk is and what's going on with your game, so that way you can make those changes. And that's really the key to playing good golf. So I hope this little tip has helped you, and I hope you enjoy the next tip.
Consistency. How do we achieve it? One area that I teach in my signature series is really that the setup, it's impossible to be consistent if you have an improper setup. So one area that I really spend a lot of time in, one section I devote fully just on the hip motion or the hip setup. That is the key to being consistent in the golf swing. So what I want you guys at home is to understand, and if you can watch the signature series and learn my little secret here to setting up properly, that's how you're going to achieve consistency. Once you do that, we're going to go into a little bit more in depth, and what we try to teach, or what I teach in the signature series, is that we want to create a triple stack position. Well, it's impossible to get in that triple stack position, and what I mean by that is at impact, my hands are forward. You can see that my ankle, my knee, and my hips are all in alignment right here, and my right foot is still on the ground, just like this. It's impossible to achieve that triple stack position that is important in golf if you have the improper setup. But one thing I wanted to explain to you guys about impact, just so you can understand what it is, we want to hit down on this ball. We want, our body is, our weight's on my left side, my hands are ahead of this. This is what creates power. This is what allows you that consistency, and this is what allows you the control over the ball. Anytime we're scooping the ball or our left wrist breaks down, you can see that this club is hitting up on the ball or working up in the air. There's not a shot in golf that you actually hit up on it. So when you get down in this position, this triple stack position that I go into with the full swing, you'll see I'm going to take a nice divot after the ball. We're going to have that control. We're going to reduce injury on our body. It'll look like this. If you can get the proper setup that I go into in my signature series, that triple stack position, which is important, which is with the weight on our left, our ankle joint, our knee joint, our hip joint into natural alignment, and our hands forward where we can hit down on the ball, you will start to see a lot more consistency and a lot more distance to come. So I hope you use that tip of getting into that triple stack position to really start shooting lower scores.
Hi, since I've been seeing CJ, as you can see, my handicap index was 7.4 June 15th. It's now September 15th, and today it's a 2.8 handicap index. I finished second in my club championship off the back tees, which was a huge progress for me, and I've had one round of 4 under par 68. Beyond my wildest dreams, this program works, and I'm sticking with it.